the information or statements they have stated, and what you understand from it will help you to answer your questions in this part. So logically, meaningfully, what you understand, what they're trying to say in between the lines, that meaning will help you to answer your questions. And of course, foremostly, it's important how you read the question as well. If you are not understanding what the question is asking, no matter what you read doesn't help you. So it is important that how you understand the given questions out here, and thereby you read your passage or the paragraph, and accordingly you must answer the questions. Like in all the parts, here also you had 4 options, like in part 1, 2, and part 1 and 2. Here also each question will have a drop down menu, and there'll be 4 options displayed to you if you choose the right one. The options generally are not in a 1 or 2 words. Some questions might have 1 or 2, but most of them are in a long sentence, and you will have to understand which option rightfully matches to what you think appropriate in what you read from the paragraph. According to what you read from the paragraph, which option matches appropriate.
Okay.
So here there are 10 questions, and it needs to be done in a span of about 13 minutes of time. So this is time because they expect you to understand the complexity of the information. The vocabulary here can be slightly offbeat types, the ones that you not come across very easily.
Okay.
So they will test your understanding of those words. It's important that even if you don't understand the word in relation to the sentence, you should try to make it out so that you get because the meaning of that sentence is important, not that word actually.
Yeah.
If you can get that meaning of that sentence, you might be able to answer your questions in a better way. So here the 10 questions divided into 2 parts. The first 5 are related to the passage from what you get. Next 5 questions are given by a third person. So this third person can be the writer himself or any other party, any other person. And this person will either be supporting one of the group, okay, one of the point of view,
right?
Okay, and you have to understand that by reading the information before and after the blanks, as which side he is favoring, and accordingly you should be able to deduce and answer your questions. Of course, you can reflect back to the main passage. They're indirectly linked with the main passage, not very closely linked, but these questions are closely linked with the main passage.
Okay.
So this part is just how you have understood the passage, what you got from the passage will help you to answer these questions. But of course, information before and after the blanks are important to give you a direction where to look for and what you understand from it. Okay. So like in part 1, as we did 2 questions at a time, here also we'll always look for 2 questions at a time, and then go and read a single paragraph.
Okay.
But read it in full, not in like we'll skim and scan here. We have to read the entire paragraph to understand and see whether we can answer both the questions or only one question.
Okay.
Okay. Sometimes it might happen you don't answer any of them also.
Okay.
So don't get discouraged. Read the next paragraph.
Okay.
Okay. For example, when you read the next paragraph, you answered 1 and 2. That's fine. You answer only 1. That's happened. Second one you still couldn't answer.
Okay.
But when you read the third, you can answer a third from the second paragraph. That can also be possible. So what you read, you should not forget. That's also important. You should have an understanding, and the understanding will help you to remember things in a better way.
Okay.
Right. So let's start with this. The question is, the established focus of entrepreneurship had been to. So what do you understand from the question? The established focus of entrepreneurship had been to dash.
The established focus of entrepreneurship had been to, there's some, how to say, like there was some reason why they established they wanted to focus. They created some some event or whatever, we don't know what it is. They established to this to focus. 1 second, let me try to read it. The established focus of entrepreneurship had been to maybe like, for example, give some people an insight of what entrepreneurship is, or because they lack the entrepreneurship skill, leadership skills, or whatever. That's
what do you think entrepreneurship is? It's a kind of an running the business.
entrepreneurship is owning things. It's not just running a business. Yes, I mean, obviously, when you say entrepreneurship, we all think it's early running a business or owning or being a CEO, but it's owning things, taking responsibility of things there and leading the way. Okay.
As you can see, one thing you should always see when the sentence in there.
Okay, now I get it. So the established focus of entrepreneurship. So what is the focus of entrepreneurship? What is the focus? What is the actual focus of entrepreneurship? No, why entrepreneurship?
What is the established focus? What has been the main focus of entrepreneurship? Established means it has been built up from years and years ago, or it has been fixed for many decades or so. So what is the established focus of entrepreneurship? Now, this entrepreneurship is not the owning a business or running a business. You see the E is in capital letter. And within a sentence, when a word is in capital letter, it refers to proper noun. So that means this is a name of a firm or a name of a company or an organization whose name is entrepreneurship.
Okay.
Yeah, so this I have to find what is the main focus of this business firm, of this company, or of this industrial unit in that sense.
Okay.
Yeah? So that is what I have to find. If you find that the questionnaire are not clear, always go and check the options, and you can, if you understand what you need to find from it. Okay. But try to see from the question keywords, can you make out what the question is?
Okay.
Not a possible, then you read the options to get an idea of what the question demands.
Okay.
So the first question says, what is the focus? What is the main focus of entrepreneurship? What has been established for many years and centuries by this entrepreneurship company in that sense?
Like what
Next
they're known
question.
for.
Tell me.
Like what they're known for, what they mainly focus
What they're known for, where they focus at. Do they focus at, for example, if you read your options, do they focus on attracting more customers to the client companies or reducing the client cost? Where they focus majorly. What did Nadine Barrow, so this is a person, observe about her clientele over the last decade? So this person may be a working, maybe a person.
She might be a part of, he or she might be part of that organization. And what was her like their observation in the last 10 years or in the last decade?
Yes, about the clients, about her clients.
Yes.
So two questions are in mind. I have to find the main focus of entrepreneurship and to find what Nadine Barrow found about her clients in the last 10 years. Right. So go back to the first paragraph now. And you can read.
Okay. So Nadine Barrow, Director of Entrepreneurship, a successful international business coaching company, has satisfied many clients by helping their business expand. So expand, when we say expand, it's always about revenue. So when you get more revenue, it means you have more customers. So let's see. For the past decade, the driving philosophy behind Barrow's consultancy has been to strive for expanding markets, growing sales, greater productivity. So expanding market, growing sales means that means either you are like selling your products for a lot of cost, or your customer base is increasing. So
expanding markets means you want to reach out to a large number of customers, both domestic, international, it can be. We don't know. We can't infer that. If it is not given not given in the information in some way or the other, we can't make it a logical understanding. But they want to expand their markets. Onshore, offshore, we are not sure.
Growing sales and greater productivity. I mean, that was like pretty straightforward, this particular.
So from this, if you understand, this is a business coaching company, and they always have wanted to satisfy their clients by helping their business to expand. So there means
the client's business.
Correct. For the past decade, the driving philosophy. Okay, I had a question on this.
We had. The past decade, what was the focus, the main focus, established focus?
Correct. The driving philosophy of Barrow's consultancy had been to strive for expanding markets, growing sales, and increasing the productivity of that. Okay, so if you check, can I answer both the questions from this first paragraph?
We can only answer first one. That second one we have there's no observation related.
Correct. By Nadine Barrow herself. So if you check the options now, what do you think from what you understood from the first paragraph? Can you match?
Attract more customers to client companies sounds good. Actually, it's possible. Reduce clients' operational cost by outsourcing. Nothing regarding, operational cost. Like it's very indirect. I mean, it's
Hmm.
everything is about growth. So we don't
Hmm.
know if they're outsourcing. I mean, we cannot really come to this.
Hmm.
This one, like she said, expanding markets,
Yes.
growth,
Increasing productivity.
yeah,
Yeah.
increasing productivity, expanding markets, and another. There was another one.
Growth in sales. Yeah.
Yeah,
Growing sales.
yeah.
Hmm.
So it's only about that. It's nothing about nothing specific to operational cost or anything.
Cost.
Yeah.
Hmm. Okay. Hmm.
Focus on the lifestyle of business is nothing regarding leaders. So it's out of
Hmm.
the this one. Develop new products for client. For no, she is not developing new products. Her only work, I mean, their work is to coach.
Correct. Correct.
So
Hmm.
it's nothing about products. So A is more apt
Yes.
than all these
They want to help
nonsense.
their client companies to have growing sales, increasing productivity, and having a wider market share.
Yeah,
So that's what they attract more customers to clients'
clients,
company
companies. Yeah,
because they are business coaching company.
yeah,
I'm consultant actually.
yeah,
So thus they are this app. This is completely apt for the answer. That's right. And B, C, D are not the right ones.
yeah,
Not the operational cost as such because that is not their philosophy as of now. They
yeah,
don't want to reduce any cost or something like that. That has not been mentioned.
yeah,
Driving philosophy or the main established focus of this company is to attract more
yeah.
customers. Correct. Okay, so that's nice. Then we move on to the next question. But before we move on to the next question, let's do the third one as well so that we have
Okay,
two questions in mind.
okay.
So, what Nadine Barrow observed about her clients in the last decade, and Barrow adjusted her service
So she
so
could
she could
help
help
clients.
clients.
So she had to, make some nitty-gritty changes
Changes. Yeah.
to her service, so she could, she could be more effective for her
Yes. So,
clients.
see, the two questions seem to be a little linked.
Yeah.
What Nadine Barrow observed about her clients.
So
So,
there
now
was some
client
observation she made, and after
on
that observation, she probably
correct
made some adjustments.
changes.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the understanding you want. Yeah. So now, if you move on to second paragraph, yeah, you can read that.
Recently, however, Barrow has started to realize that increasing revenues and profits are not central ambitions for everyone. So it's not about profit or revenues. It's not everyone's ambition.
Exactly. Hmm.
Her clientele has been shifting towards a different goal of lifestyle augmentation. So how you can augment in a work-life balance, I don't know. I think that is the case.
Hmm.
Those clients have different agenda. One that doesn't involve in
Exorable.
inexorable expansion,
Hmm.
but instead seeks to maintain equilibrium. Okay, that means it's once again the clients have different agenda. That one that doesn't involve. Okay, I think it's extreme expansion. That's what I think.
Correct.
Yeah,
More and more expansion,
yeah,
inexorable. There's no
yeah,
end to it.
like
Yeah.
not greedy expansion or something like that. Expanding
Huh?
expanding like because they're
Leaps and
profit
bounds.
hungry. Yeah,
Yeah,
because
yeah, yeah.
yeah, that's what
Hmm.
I mean.
Hmm.
But instead seek in maintaining equilibrium. Equilibrium means have like how to say maintaining balance. That's what
Balanced approach. Yeah.
yeah.
Hmm.
People want to be committed entrepreneurs, but they have different expectations. Okay, Baro
Hmm.
says maximizing profit is in their primary goal. Okay, they want to be able to pay the bills, but also have time to pursue other passions. So those like work-life balance, you should say.
Yes, what they're focusing at.
Yeah,
That's understandable, right? Yes. So their lifestyle augmentation, lifestyle development they're looking for,
yeah,
where they do not want to go for expansion, they want to maintain equilibrium.
yeah.
They want to run their business
But they
and
want to. They want their primary goal is not to have like a lot of profit, but
exactly
just enough or little more than that just to pay their bills
pay the bills and
and
complete their
other
obligations.
commitments. Yeah,
Yes.
and then pursue their passion. Some other passion
And
if they
pursue other
have.
passions.
Yeah.
Yes. So I hope you understood this. So, what did Nadine Barrow observe about her client? Did I find that in that second paragraph?
No. Once again, what did in the last decade? Yeah. She did no. She's like everyone has like not everyone is profit hungry or
Hmm.
not everyone is running behind profits. They some have different thought process
Yes.
like
They don't
maintaining.
want to go for expansion. They want to maintain
Yeah,
equilibrium. They don't want to have maximizing their profit as a primary goal,
yeah.
but
They want.
earning enough to run their business. I mean,
Yeah,
run their business or pay the bills
yeah.
and take time out for their other
Other
passions.
passions. Yes, that's
Yes.
what her study
Yes. So
is.
the word, see, the observe word has been given as realized.
Yeah,
That you have to understand. Indirectly, they'll give the word from the question keyword. Madam Barrow observed he realized this thing. Before, they were only focusing on improving their clients' market share, sales, and all this.
Yeah.
But for the last decade, that last decade is not given anywhere in this
Yeah,
paragraph.
that's what caught me. But then again, I understood. It
So
made
recently
sense.
he observed these things actually about her clients. Okay, so let's see what you understand from the options now.
They more often rely on international market expansion. That is what it is not. So that's what she found out, right? Not everyone is. First of all,
Looking for
nothing.
market
Yeah,
expansion.
yeah. So, and they are less committed to daily business operation. It doesn't say anything about less committed or more committed. They want to be in equilibrium. That means they want to be committed towards their business, but also have time outside.
Right.
So they favor hiring workers passionate about their jobs. No, it's okay. Let us see that. They avoid having their personal life consumed by work. Okay, so it's not. See, if you look at C and D, D makes more sense because they avoid having their personal life consumed by work. They want to maintain the equilibrium. So if personal life is consumed by work, there'll be no equilibrium. So they want to avoid that. They want to have the balance.
Yes.
So
they don't want only to
work.
take out time for work only. They want to enjoy other passions. So other passions means the personal life, their hobbies and interest areas. So they don't want to make that personal life get consumed by only
the
work.
Yeah. So that D is the right option. Yeah.
And C was not heard about hiring workers and all these things. But what she observed is that the clients require equilibrium and maximizing profit is not their goal anymore as of now.
Yeah.
That's right. Okay. Good.
And what was the third question?
Yes, the third question was Barrow adjusted a service so she could help clients. So what she observed
that was her observation only. I think there was no adjustments. Did we see adjustments?
If I see this part as a consultant, I mean, she's a business coaching company to relate things. She's a business coaching, running a business coaching company. She observed her clients no more requiring maximizing profits, no more requiring expanding markets. They want to maintain equilibrium. They want to just run the business and pay the bills and enjoy other interests or other passions in life.
Yeah.
So when your client's requirements, you have to infer this. When the client's requirement is this,
you have to
will you suggest them for expansion?
No, you'll have to change your
strategies.
Right? Strategy, yes.
Yeah, strategy, and make them realize and make them just work according to what your customer needs.
Yes, exactly.
So from here, I may try checking the options once. If I can't, I'll read further. What do you suggest?
Yeah, we'll read the option once and then we'll.
Then we can read. So Barrow adjusted service so she could help clients.
Nothing about downsizing and reducing company costs. We didn't read anything about that. Develop balanced, profitable, stable companies. Okay, we'll just hold it. Expand export market and boost profits. No, nothing about that either. Access the expertise of consultants such as Jeff. We didn't even read this name yet.
Yes, correct.
So,
but what we understood from the second paragraph, just relate back.
Second paragraph was all about what her observation was, what she really what she has been observing in her clients in the past decade. Most of the clients are not running behind profits. They want to
expanding export markets.
No.
Will she suggest her clients for expanding export markets?
No, that will not be the part.
Boost profits?
No. I'm more inclined towards B. Because see, downsizing companies, reducing costs, it's again, if you do the reduction of cost, it's more to do profits, right? Like you to increase the margin, you do downsizing the companies and reduce costs. So option A.
That can only happen when the company hits a recession. The company is not able to float on the economical level.
Either
they will downsize the company cost. But here the company is not. Is not underwater.
Yeah, that's what my point is. And what I'm saying is, either you'll reduce it to be afloat, to be alive, not to go not to go bankrupt, or you will downsize or reduce a company when you realize there's a lot of unnecessary load which is being there. To increase the margins, you will reduce the cost. So it's again all about profit, maintaining profits, or something to do with that. I am not inclined towards A, but I'm
Yeah, because that was not he found in the client. And if she
yeah
didn't find that in the client, the company is finding it difficult to survive in the market, the company is finding it going bankrupt,
yeah
then she might suggest downsizing.
yeah
But she found the client's need has changed from
yeah
maximizing profit to maintain equilibrium.
yeah. That's why I was thinking B is more apt.
Correct. So
Uh,
B is more apt, but A can be rejected.
yeah
But since we didn't find the word Jeff Larkin, I'm little in a doubt. Who is
yeah.
Jeff Larkin and what is his expertise are? So I may read
We
further.
have to
But
read more.
from
Yeah
what you understood from the second para, you can able to eliminate A and C because these are not the needs of the client anymore.
yeah.
Client do not require that. So why, as Nadine Barrow, she will suggest something that is not required by the client, not
True.
expanding markets, not downsizing company cost.
Yeah yeah.
Okay. So that's why I was trying to tell you that second and third has a relation because what she observed, according to that, as a ownership, as a client service provider
consultant.
organization, we will support the clients accordingly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay, so let's read further. Before we read further, let's check the fourth question also. Jeff Larkin is hesitant to endorse Barrow's new philosophy because.
Okay, so there is some new. So what I'm thinking is there is a connection. I don't know between 3 and 4.
Yes,
Maybe
yes.
she had to change the strategy, and that strategy is not real. Jeff Larkin is not welcoming that kind of strategy. He's not really, endorsing. He is like, yes, I support this. I vouch for this. So Jeff Larkin is hesitant. That means he is not really, has a
Willing.
positive view towards that. He thinks there is something wrong with it.
Yes.
Towards a new
When you
philosophy.
read this question, that means you understand he is in a different pole. Barrow is in a different pole.
Yeah.
Okay, so Jeff Larkin is not willing to endorse Barrow's new philosophy.
Yeah.
That means if I understood Barrow's what observation she made, and she found that the client's requirement has changed over the decade and they have now going for equilibrium.
Yeah.
That means Jeff
will be opposite.
is not in that. So on that basis, that's like you can take a chance and you can go back to your options for third question, and you can understand that Barrow will never suggest to
assess the expertise of
Jeff Larkin. Jeff is an opposite pole of Barrow, and Barrow observed her clients require a balanced approach. Equilibrium, maintaining profit is only not their goal, but enjoying other passions in life.
Yeah.
So Jeff is in a different pole. If you can understand that question, you can reflect back to the third. This is just I'm saying if you are able to understand.
Really understand the question and really understand the passage.
Yes, then you can do it. Otherwise, you go and read the third paragraph and then come back.
That's okay.
Yeah. So still, it seems to be more stronger with B because Jeff is in opposite direction to Barrow.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we'll read the third paragraph. So Jeff is hesitant to endorse and Barrow adjusts service. So why she adjusted her service?
Thanks, So Jeff Larkin, a consultant working with Barrow Entrepreneurship, is skeptical of Barrow's new strategy. So there's some, he's skeptical about this new strategy. That is the negative, or kind of doubtful.
Doubtful, yes.
Yeah. Firms generally flourish through gaining access to broader markets and greater market share. So I would be hesitant to advise against taking a more expansionist approach. Larkin asserts. Okay, Larkin asserts.
Do you understand from these lines?
Okay, once again.
Larkin asserts.
Hesitant to advise against taking. So, he is saying that companies grow or flourish only when they have broader markets and greater market share. He doesn't want to go against that expansionist approach, that which the Barrow is about to suggest, I think.
Yeah. Expansionist approach means?
Expansionist approach means, growing quickly, very fast in a, what is it?
That means gaining access to broader markets and market share.
Yeah, that's what
expansionist.
Yeah, that's what making,
So what does this line mean? Hesitant to advise against?
Hesitant to advise against, that's what I said. So I guess from this, Barrow's advice is to, reduce being expansionist, reduce running behind profits. So that's what I think Barrow's advice will be. And Larkin is against that. Once again, hesitant to advise against taking. So hesitant to advise against taking more expansionist approach. So I would be hesitant to.
Increase the words actually a bit.
Okay, let me read the sentence again. Firms generally flourish through gaining gaining access to broader markets and greater market share. So I would be hesitant to advise against taking a more expansionist approach. Hesitant, okay. He's hesitant to advise against taking. I would be hesitant to advise against taking the more when
That I would be hesitant to advise
advice
you
against.
not to take a more I mean not to take. I'm hesitant to advise people not taking expansionist approach.
That means take.
I'm hesitant against taking. I'm hesitant to advise people, my clients, against taking expansionist. This Jeff Larkin wants that a firm can only flourish if they gain broader market share, gain access to broader markets, and have market share and have profitability.
Yeah.
I am hesitant to advise you not to take this expansion because clients' requirement have changed. They don't want expansion. So Jeff Larkin is hesitant to advise against expansion because he believes that a firm can only flourish if they have broader market share and higher profits.
No,
Suppose, for example, you believe that I'm just giving an example. Skimming and scanning is the only way that you can do reading in a faster way. I am hesitant to advise you against that because I believe that you have to read the paragraph end to end to get the meaning. So I'm hesitant to advise you against that.
You're hesitant to advise against taking a more expansion. So already that expansionist approach is there, and he's hesitant to advise against it, right?
Yes.
Against it or against once again, I'm trying to comprehend.
That means he's trying to say
go ahead.
Not to take the expansion is not what he wants to suggest. You have to take expansion. That's what he wants to suggest.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. So he's saying that you stay with that, the same goal. Like, the first sentence itself tells you that. He says firms generally flourish when they start gaining access to broader markets and market share. But according to, I think, Barrow's approach, she would probably, I think she's suggesting that don't run behind profits, don't be profit hungry. Try to reduce that.
That's not Barrow want to suggest. Barrow's clients have changed and they're looking for lifestyle augmentation.
Yeah, I know. What I'm saying is probably that's what her strategy is.
Okay.
Probably that's what her strategy is. Larry is against that. Strategy. Larkin is against the strategy. He's saying companies grow only when they have broader markets and greater market share. So he's hesitant against
not to take that approach.
Yes.
Yeah, that is what, because this line, sometimes people read it incorrectly or read it in a flow and they don't get it. They feel that he is also not supporting not to go for expansion. That is not. He's hesitant to
advise against it.
Expansion.
Yeah.
That's what I want to understand. Yes, you got it. Right. Next line you can read.
In the volatile economy we are in, business needs to stay on top of profits in case of economic setbacks. When fluctuations happen, small businesses are often the first to go under. So he says, you need to have a lot of reserves, like of money, so that you if there's some economic setback like recession or anything, you still are afloat. You're not, you don't go down like small businesses because they don't have a lot of cash reserves, so they'll go bankrupt when such things happen.
Yeah, so that's what Larkin is giving a logical reasoning for why he wants to have expansion market and expanding market share.
He thinks that that's the right approach. He thinks that expansion is the only way. Yeah,
because the economy is always in a kind of
unpredictable,
fluctuating types. In a volatile. So therefore, in case of setback like recession or when there's economic downfall, it is the smaller companies which will go under, which do not earn enough profits, which do not earn enough market share. Yeah, so I understood Jeff's point. Jeff's point is to support. So just summary of this paragraph is Jeff
is supporting expansionist approach.
Right. And Barrow is in a different
against
point.
it.
This will always be there. There will be a second person or a third person who will not follow what the other person is trying to. So the friction is always there. Argument is always there.
Yeah.
So now I can understand that Barrow adjusted a service so she could help clients.
What is that? Third one? Okay. Yeah, I think develop balanced, profitable and stable companies. Develop balanced profit Yeah, preference table companies. Fourth one was what is that?
Expertise of Jeff consultants as Jeff Larkin.
No. That's not her. That
Fourth question you're saying?
yeah. Fourth question.
Yeah. So this is understood, right? Between A and C, we rejected initially.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Jeff, Barrow Arrested Service to make a developed, balanced, and profitable company for their
Yeah,
clients.
yeah.
Right. So Jeff Larkin is hesitant to endorse Barrow's new philosophy. Why?
Because he thinks that companies grow only when, I mean, that their companies are supposed to have, that expansionist approach so that they don't go down during economic crisis. Okay, let us see what that is. Companies need internal stability for success. It's not about internal stability, unity of, workers and all those things. So A will not be really apt. Companies often overextend themselves and perish. Overextend themselves. Okay, let's just hold that. Companies that don't expand may go bust in downturn. I think this is like the closest, most apt actually. Entrepreneurs can become too stressed to cope with new challenges. Nothing about entrepreneurship, nothing about stress, first of all. So that will not be, that's not even considered. Companies often extend themselves and go perish. So he's saying that companies go overboard and perish. That is nothing about companies going overboard and perishing.
Overextend can be expansion also. Overextend can be will go for inexorable expansion and overextend themselves to more and more markets.
Yeah, but that is not the case, right? He's talking about being safe, about having like enough cash,
Yes.
enough
So they won't
money.
perish.
Yeah,
If they're extending themselves, they will
They will-
survive in the volatile market economy.
Yeah.
They won't perish.
yeah,
So this is completely going a different understanding.
Yeah.
So he is saying, yes, C is the more appropriate. Companies that don't expand, if they don't expand, they may go burst. They may not survive
Yeah,
in
in
economic
downturn.
downturn.
Yeah.
That's right. So C is the answer. That's right. Okay, doing well, but I think I'm only concerned about the time, so we can do it within the time.
Yeah.
Barrow disagrees with Larkin.
That.
Okay. So Barrow now disagrees with Larkin. Did I find that?
No,
I
we
don't
didn't see
think so.
anything about Barrow
So-
disagreeing with Larkin so
Yeah,
far.
so Barrow disagrees with Larkin on what? On what area Barrow disagreeing with
I
Larkin?
think the Larkin's only viewpoint here is being expansionist. So I think she will disagree on that and
Okay.
suggest something, I guess. Let us see.
Yes.
Barrow agrees that this is true, but is nevertheless planning to support clients whose focus is stability. So she says, yes, that point is true, but
Which point?
that expansionist, expansion approach is true, but she should support what the clients. If the client is telling we need stability, then that's what we should be supporting. But is nevertheless planning to support clients who focus is stability. So there are clients who want to focus on stability than focusing on profits. So although that point that Larkin made is true,
Which point? That's what important. It's about expansion. Do you think so?
like they might the last one. I see when the economy is bad, businesses may
One
go.
business will first go under.
Yeah. So that's what that is the
That's
last
what I
point.
think- that's what Marrow says. It's true because that's the last line.
Yeah.
I mean, or you can talk about the entire quotation.
Yeah, that's
and
what.
volatile economy, the business has to stay on top of profits because in the economic downturn they won't survive.
Yeah.
So this is what Barrow is saying is completely true. I agree with this.
Yeah.
It's logical.
Yeah.
That's what Barrow is saying.
Yeah. But
the company but the clients require a different
approach. They want
approach.
stability.
They
So
want
we should really focus on that. I respect Jeff's point of view. At the same time, growth comes with a lot of obligations added responsibility. So there are a lot of when you want a lot of growth, there is a lot of obligations and a lot of responsibilities. That's straightforward. Barrow explains, for example, taking on more full-time employee means you're forced to expand to cover benefits or more equipment. Usually, it also means renting more office space, which is another financial stress. Some people just don't want that additional hassle. Larkin is right that it is competitive world, but that doesn't mean the business have to engage in an expansion just to stay afloat. In fact, I think it might be the contrary. People need more flexibility in their lives. They want to be able to prosper, but also be able to shift interest and directions when necessary. Being an entrepreneur need not consume your entire life. So So what she's saying is, yes,
She
Larkin
also
is
has
right.
logic. Yeah, she also has a logic.
Yeah, she says Larkin is right. All that viewpoints are correct. I
Mm.
agree to that. But we have to support, if this client is requiring stability, we should focus on that.
Yeah,
And when
and
you
also,
want to grow, yeah,
right.
sorry,
Mm.
sorry, what
Yeah,
was
yeah,
it?
go ahead. That's what I was coming to only.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and when you want to grow, will have lot of obligations to fulfill.
Correct. Correct. Correct.
So for she's taking an example.
Yes,
She's saying
nicely she has explained that.
yeah,
Yes.
she's saying that taking on more, like, so if you're taking a lot of full-time employees, if you're hiring a lot of full-time employees,
Correct.
there's a lot
Mm.
of economical costs involved there,
Yes.
because you have to buy equipment,
The
you have to
benefits.
have office
Mm.
space, you have to have benefits, all those you need to, give them. So when you want to give them, you need money, and for that money
Exactly.
you have to expand.
Yeah.
Just for sake of covering that expense, you have to you have to go on expanding,
Mm-hmm.
just for sake of covering that part of revenue, that
Expensive.
part of the expense.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
that means that you're forced into expansion just to stay,
To
afloat,
run
as
the
in to
business.
not to
Exactly.
go bankrupt.
Mm-hmm.
So she says, in fact, I think it might be contrary. She says, I think it is a little different. um,
Mm.
People need, she's saying that people
Because
need
he
more.
also says some people just don't want this kind of additional hassle
Yeah,
because to maintain
yeah.
covering the cost of the
Yeah, when she
employees.
says some people, it means entrepreneurs or people who are running the
Yes, yes,
companies.
that's right. That's right. Yeah. Mm.
So yeah, um,
So where do you think is Barrow is not agreeing with Larkin
she's saying that expansion is not the only key to
to
be
stay afloat?
yeah, to stay, yeah.
Mm.
And she's
Yeah.
saying that not all are willing to take that kind of approach. They don't want
Mm.
that hassle.
Yes.
So
They want to be just able to prosper and able to shift interest in
yeah,
directions when they
whenever they need, they want to be able to move in any direction they want,
exactly.
as
Yeah.
in, like, focusing on something else besides work.
Yes. Besides
uh,
work, that's right. Yes.
Doing some
So
social activity, or doing some
whatever the interests are.
anything.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's
That's right.
what.
So whatever what we read in the second paragraph, he affirms with that.
Yeah,
He keeps on understanding that. And he argues with Larkin that actually Larkin is right. In the volatile economy we are in, the companies won't survive if you do not stay, if you do not go for expansion.
yeah,
But that doesn't tell us that we have to be only looking for expansions to stay afloat.
yeah,
Because many people do not want those kind of hassles,
yeah.
obligations of adding more employees to their
And then
to the
covering their
setup
expense. Yeah, all those
and
things.
covering their expenses.
Yeah,
So they want to shift they want to have work-life balance. They want to shift their areas or interest to other directions. And they don't want, as an entrepreneur, that the entire life gets consumed by
consumed by,
work.
yeah. Just
That's right.
because you're an entrepreneur doesn't mean your entire life should be consumed by it.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So now if I see, Barrow disagrees with Larkin. So where Barrow disagrees with Larkin, fifth question.
Small business are prone to bankruptcy and recession. Access to more market leads to stronger growth. Okay, first of all, Barrow disagrees with Larkin that it's not about small businesses are prone to bankruptcy and recession. She says yes, it happens.
It
There are
happens. So she
chances.
agrees here,
Yeah,
right? She
yeah,
agrees with this. So this can be not disagree.
yeah.
Yeah.
Access to more market leads to stronger growth. Yeah. Like, she agrees to that too. But we'll just hold it off. The
Okay.
growth leads to pressure and responsibility. So that's what she is, really trying to say. When you are on, when you say you want to have, when you have an expansionist path, you have a lot of obligations and responsibilities, which adds pressure. Okay, we'll hold
Hmm.
that too. Business must continually expand to survive. Uh, okay, so this she says disagrees, right?
Barrow disagrees with Larkin, yes.
Barrow disagrees with Larkin that growth leads to pressure and responsibility. So Larkin is not saying anything about pressure and responsibility. That is like more apt, actually.
Hmm.
So business must continually expand. Yeah, she's disagreeing that uh, that this, I think it looks apt to. Business must continually expand to survive. That's not the case. She's saying that some people want hassle-free life,
Hmm.
and not they don't want to take they don't need to keep expanding to survive.
Hmm.
One second. She says, one second. The first line itself says that. Where's that? For example, no, Barrow agrees that is true, but nevertheless planning to support clients. And I respect just viewpoint. At the same time, growth comes with a lot of obligations. Blah blah blah. For example, uh, uh, taking more on. Okay, forced to cover benefits. Usually, it means renting more office. Okay, okay. Barrow disagrees with Larkin. The disagreement is on this point, but that doesn't mean business have to engage in an expansion just to stay afloat. Yeah, we need to
Hmm.
go down. That's the main disagreement that
Hmm.
she's having. Business must continue. Access to more market leads to stronger. No, no. That so it is not A, it is not B. It's not about access to more market leads to stronger growth.
Hmm.
Nothing like that. Growth leads to more pressure and responsibility. So this guy is not telling anything about growth leading to responsibility. So there is no disagreement there as well. I think it is D. Business must continually expand to survive.
Okay. See here, the Barrow disagrees Larkin. That means we have to look for Larkin's point of view.
Yeah.
Okay. If you do Larkin point of view, we know where Barrow disagrees. Larkin is looking for expansion. That's we are very clear about.
Yeah.
So if I see the A point, small business are first to go under bankruptcy during recession. This is Larkin's
Disagreement.
point of view.
Yeah.
Larkin point, but this one he agrees.
Yeah.
I mean, she agrees. Nadine agrees and says, "Yeah, that's true. That happens. Small business will go under during recession. That's
Oh,
completely true." So this
actually,
is
now after you said that, now my answer changed it to C.
no.
Yeah. Now
I'm
when you
coming back to you.
okay, okay, go ahead, go
So
ahead.
A is not the answer. Small businesses, what she agrees with,
Right.
what Nadine agrees with Barrow.
Hmm.
I'm sorry, what Nadine agrees with Jeff Larkin.
Huh.
Access to more market is to stronger growth. This is also Jeff's point of view,
Yeah.
but this is not the area of argument.
Yeah.
She says it's a competitive world.
Yeah.
I mean, as Barrow says, it's a competitive world. I understand completely.
Yeah. They both agree on that.
Again, this is not what Barrow is disagreeing with Larkin.
Yeah.
I know it's a competitive world and expansion is fine,
Yeah.
but many people don't want that, and people do want to just do enough to survive in the business and put their attention to other areas.
Yeah.
So access to more markets is not where she's disagreeing with Jeff. Although it is Jeff's point of view, but this is not where she disagrees because she says it's a competitive world. So B is out. The growth leads to more pressure and responsibilities. This is Barrow's point of view.
Yeah.
That if you have growth, you will have more
More
pressure.
pressure, obligations, and responsibilities. Is right. Yeah.
This is also not the answer because I don't have to look for Barrow's point of view because Jeff's point of view, if I find and I understand where Barrow disagrees with Jeff's point of view. So you're correct. D was the answer. Expansion, business must not continuously expand to survive. That line that you read, that is the right answer. That's the target sentence.
Yeah, but something, right? But and there was something.
Yeah, but yes, it's a competitive world, but that doesn't mean that the companies has to go for inexorable expansion for to stay afloat.
Yeah.
Inexorable expansion is not where she's agreeing with.
Yeah.
I understand it's competitive world. I understand small business will first to go under bankruptcy during recession. That's completely understand.
Okay.
But that doesn't mean you have to look for inexorable expansion. There's no end to expansion in order to stay afloat in the business. Because being entrepreneur should not consume your entire life. That's where she wants to.
Yeah. Okay.
So yes, D is the answer.
Okay.
Yeah, so you have to read the question and know which point of view, whose point of view you have to check because it's an argument and where this person disagreeing with the other one.
Yeah.
Okay, so that point of view, if you understand and just if you can reflect back to the paragraph where there's dispute, where there is a contrasting information given, that's where you can find your target sentence.
Okay.
So right, this is the right answer. Yeah, doing well. Just need to quickly understand. Yeah, time. I think you will able to manage. 13 minutes is good time. Paragraph will not be very lengthy. They won't give you this kind, but this is still understandable because we see business, we see company and this, but sometimes you get a little different. Yeah.
You'll
so
not
that
even...
time you will have to really deeper dig into the things and understand it better so that you can manage your questions.
Got it. Okay.
So depends on the passage and so on. Okay, let's do the next 5. Clearly Barrow. Okay, you want to read? Go ahead.
Yeah. Clearly Barrow doesn't understand the issue faced by today's business people.
Okay. How do you feel this person is writing?
He thinks he's disagreeing with Barrow.
Yeah, he's criticizing Barrow. It seems he doesn't understand the issues faced by today's business.
Yeah, she will likely Six. Okay, so she will likely dash as soon as country hits a recession, as I have no doubt that all her clients will go bankrupt. So he's saying that she will likely realize, or she will likely know that she made a huge mistake when
Yes,
the country hits a recession. So she's like, he is also supporting the Larkins, I think.
correct. And Labdam Larkin.
Yeah.
So she will likely, I can just check what I've understood from my passage right now. Can I check and let
Yeah,
you
she
know?
will likely see. It's not inspiring all the clients because
Positive
it's
information.
not. Yeah,
Yeah.
lose all her clients is most likely correct. Benefit greatly. No, she will not benefit greatly if she lose clients. How is that? Good.
If the clients are going bankrupt, how will she benefit
Yeah,
greatly? Yeah.
prevail with her strategy. So if the clients are gone, how will she prevail with that strategy? She will
Correct.
change.
Right.
So
So the only option is
a B.
B.
Yeah,
Yes. She'll lose her clients because all her clients will go bankrupt during recession. That's what she's saying.
yeah,
That's what this person is saying.
yeah.
It is simply absurd, yeah.
It is simply absurd to assume that company can just tread water without attempting dash. So he's saying that it's absurd, as in it's odd, or whatever,
Yeah,
to
correct.
assume that company can just tread water without attempting. So tread water, as in stay afloat, or it can just
Yeah.
be
Just
there
wanted to swim. Yeah.
without any problems,
Hmm.
without
Without
attempting.
attempting what?
Yeah, without attempting any form of growth, whatsoever looks good. A looks good because that's what the other guy was,
Larkin.
yeah, Larkin was suggesting, and looks like he's supporting that idea. To control the company's cost, no. It's not about controlling company's cost.
That will help him then tread waters because company's cost is what Barrow's point of view. Barrow supports that.
Yeah,
And this person is not supporting Barrow. That's clear because he says absurd.
yeah,
Barrow simply doesn't understand the clients and
yeah,
all these things.
yeah.
So this is not.
A more conservative business strategy. Once again, it just what was the question again?
Yeah. Just, yeah, this is the line. It's simply absurd to assume that a company can just trade water without attempting.
Without attempting, yeah, let's look at the option now. Without attempting, new strategy. What was that? Uh,
Seventh one, yeah.
yeah,
Conservative
a more
strategy.
conservative. Conservative is like very greedy, and being greedy to get more money. Uh,
No, conservative is not that.
Conservative
Conservative,
is like very what is it? Very. I mean, when you say conservative, it is not going.
old and rigid kind.
Yeah,
Okay,
maybe
like you have a conservative
orthodox, or
thinking.
say, yeah,
Orthodox, yeah, kind of.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
Mm.
Nothing about that. Um, to expand into overseas market. So he's nothing. It's not about expanding in overseas market, or okay, domestic is overall. You cannot. So see, actually,
Mm.
Larkin's viewpoint is you have to attain growth, and
Mm.
to attain growth, you have to keep expanding over and
Mm.
over again.
Mm.
Only then you will be, when there's a recession, you will be able to
Stay afloat.
sustain that.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
And this guy is what is that? This question says
Yeah, it's simply absurd that a company can just trade water without attempting
any
this.
form of growth. She's no, but actually she's telling there will be growth. No, she's saying it will be stable.
Mm.
Does stability mean growth, or just being there?
This person is criticizing Barrett. Simply absurd
Yeah,
to
she
assume that a company can just trade consensus survive without attempting this.
without
Now,
attempt at
without attempting a conservative strategy, that's not correct
yeah.
because this person is not supporting Barrow's point of view is conservative strategy, not increasing the cost and everything.
Yeah,
So
like
B,
my option, like what I would pick here is
hmm,
um uh, not I think I would pick like indirect. I think this is indirect.
hmm,
Okay, I'm jumping between A and D only, because
hmm,
see, expanding into overseas market is expansion. Either way, it's expansion of your
hmm.
company. Any form of growth, I don't think actually she's actually agreeing there. She's telling that yes, growth is required, but not at the cost of hiring so many people and covering covering their costs and staying afloat. That's what she says. I think I'll pick uh, D.
D.
Yeah, I mean, although it says overseas, which is not like really correct, I
Hmm.
think that Barrow says yes, growth is important, but at the same time, growth.
Barrow says, I agree with Jeff, but some people do not looking for such kind of expansion. Some people do not want unnecessary hassles of
Yeah,
increasing the responsibilities and obligations.
yeah.
They just wanted to just run the business and earn enough money to pay the bills and take into other interest into account. So here, it is simply absurd. This was criticizing Barrow
It's
that how a company can just trade water without
without any
attempting
growth, any form of growth
any form of
whatsoever.
growth, any form.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Now, here in the D, they specified overseas. Now, nowhere Jeff has said that expansion only to be done in international markets or overseas markets.
Yeah.
Expansion is to be done. International, domestic, whatever, that is not being given. So that specific information is a trap because expand is right, but overseas markets is not what Jeff intended to say. He
Yeah.
want to have expansion, any kind of expansion, have better market share, more profitability, all these things.
So that's all covered under A.
That's all kind of under any form of growth is needed in order to survive during the recession time. You have to have a growth. You have to have an inexorable expansion because that is what is required when the economic fluctuations do
Right.
happen.
I think even if you look at it in terms of the sentence, when the
This
writer
seems to
is
be,
saying the writer is
yeah, you
saying it's
chose also
absurd.
that.
Yeah, the kind of word he chose, right? It's kind of
Hmm.
absurd.
Hmm.
That
But
itself should
then
say
sentence completion comes with that line.
whatsoever. Yeah.
Whatsoever. Yes, that's also nice. Yeah, that also is logically you also can understand. But yes, when you're choosing, don't get confused. Okay, let's listen to listen to your gut feeling at times. Overseas market is never mentioned in the passage, so don't go for it. It's not given. That means it's a trap. It's
Okay.
just to attract you because the word expansion has been given there.
Okay.
So yes, of course, some business people desire this, but they can't have it both ways. Yes, of course. Now this line tells us
Yeah,
what?
and so it's connecting to the previous sentence. So it's saying that let us see. Okay, it's simply absurd to assume that the company cannot just tread water without attempting to grow
Growth in
whatever
whatsoever.
whatsoever. Yes, of course, some business people desire, I think, growth and work-life balance, but they cannot have it both ways. Something like that.
Yes. So this is like he's agreeing. This person is agreeing to Barrow now. Yes,
Yeah.
of course. Some business people desire, yes, a work-life balance, a hassle-free life, kind of.
Yeah.
But they can't have it
Both
ways.
ways.
You understand that line? Let's see what the options have here. Eighth one.
A low risk path to rapid expansion. No, not low risk or high risk. Let us see. A low stress lifestyle. Okay, that sounds good actually. As much profit as possible. Again, it is no the not it's not a profits at the moment. He's agreeing with Barrow. Barrow was
Yeah.
not talking about profits. Was talking about the lifestyle, work-life balance. So
Balance.
yeah, a more challenging business environment. Again, she was not talking about challenging business environments or anything of that. That's that
Because
kind.
this person is supporting, yes, of course, I understand some business people do require, but if I'm saying yes, of course, that means he's agreeing to
Agreeing
Barrow.
with
And
Barrow, yeah.
yeah, Barrow doesn't want to have challenging business environment. Barrow
Yeah.
wants to have a
Very
low,
laid back,
yes,
kind of this one,
Mhm.
which is B, which is B.
which is B. Yes, correct. So low stress lifestyle is what the people look for, but they can't have it both ways.
Yeah.
Again, there's a contrast, but they can't have it both ways. As entrepreneurs, however, they have to.
As entrepreneurs, however, they have to dash. Being a small business man, I have learned that I have to. Okay. As an entrepreneur, however, they have to, do something. Let us see what it is.
Yeah. So again, as entrepreneurs, however, they have to think about a bit.
Okay. However,
This-
is in I think with it again connects with the previous sentence. I guess. Let us see.
Mhm.
I mean,
You
look
want
at.
to read the previous sentence?
No. I have the previous sentence in mind, so no worries. As entrepreneurs, however, which one? Ninth one, right? Consider
one.
their employees. No, make business a priority. Yes, that's what like he agreed, and then he's coming back to his point.
Point again. Yes.
So make business the priority. That's what he has been saying from the start. So B looks very good. Avoid unnecessary risks. No, he's telling take risks. Keep going, keep expanding. So
Market. Yeah.
so he's not telling avoid. He's telling take. Advanced personal goals. Again, he's not go towards personal goals. He's telling it's absurd. So how can he he support that. So it's not A, it is not C, it is not D, it is B.
So as the entrepreneurs, however, they have to entrepreneurs. That means this person will support Larkin. Larkin looking for growth and expansion.
Yeah.
The entrepreneurs, what they have to do?
They have to focus
make
on business
their priority and not looking for their personal goals and not avoid taking risk. They have to take risk, and employees' benefit is what Barrow's point, and that's what he doesn't support. As entrepreneurs, you have to make business your priority. Being a small businessman, I have learned
that I have to dash. After all, compliancy almost invariably means being crushed by competition. Compliancy means, what is it? Yes, what is that?
Complacency.
Complacency.
Being complacent. Yeah, like, okay, it's happening, it's fine, it's good.
Yeah. Like, for example, what is it? Complying to some law, something like that, or some whatever is happening is happening.
That is compliance. Complacency means
okay,
you're satisfied with what you have. You don't have high ambitions for your life.
Okay, got it. Okay.
Yeah. Or complacency can be this way, like, if you achieved a reasonable profit, I should not look for any further one.
Okay, I mean, yeah, that word, the next sentence of the word actually describes that word.
Yes.
Almost invariably meaning being crushed by the competition. Yeah. So if you are, just, okay, it's happening, I'm not going to take any risks anymore. You'll be gone.
Yes.
Okay. I've learned, so being a small businessman, I have learned that I have to. So we have to take risks, I think. We'll see. Keep business manageable, consider my lifestyle, strive for growth, cut my costs. So because he's supporting Jeff's, it is not about keeping business manageable. Okay, it's not about considering my lifestyle. That borrows. This one. Cutting costs, again, it's not about cutting costs. Nowhere it was about cutting costs. It is striving for growth. The guy was always telling, you have to grow, and he's agreeing to that. So
as a businessman, I have a small business, I've learned I have to strive for growth because
after all, you
will crushed by competition. During recession, the small businesses are first to go under. So the small businessman, if I don't strive for growth, I will not survive in the competitive world. So this is the right answer. Correct. Yes. You did well. I think there's not much difficult in understanding the question. You also tried to visualize the other options and you logically eliminated the ones. Sometimes you were moving in the wrong direction and you're trying to choose the other one. But yes, read the option, reflect to it, reflect what you have read, and try to correlate things. In the real exam, since the passage and the questions are side to side, so you can reflect.
Yeah, it'll be easy to read. I mean, I like reading the question, reading the options once again, so that I get, like, it sounds right. When I fill that answer with that sentence, it sounds right, and it's apt to the passage. That that'll be easier.
You don't want to read the paragraph first. You want to.
No. I want to read the paragraph. What I'm saying is, now because we had to go up and down, I got little, confused.
I understand. You're missing out some things. The link, you're missing it out.
Yeah. So when they're side by side, it is easier to read, and it'll be.
You have the options adjoining to each other.
Yeah. So that'll make it easier, I think. So.
Yeah. So do you want me to do the next one, or will you try?
I think I will try, ma'am, today. I will try that today.
Okay. Anywhere if you find difficulty, then let me know tomorrow. At least one test from part 4 you try. Any of which, test 2, test 3, test 4, which one you feel like.
Yeah.
And
actually, this doesn't feel really that difficult. Although there are some, like, I don't maybe that. Although there's some words where I don't know some words.
Yes. I think because the thing is that when you do the practice papers or when you hear also there are certain passages slightly little intriguing as you will do. I mean, the point is that how well you understand things.
Right.
It is going to take time, that's for sure, because you need to interpret in between the lines. What is his views? What is this person is trying to say?
Yeah, I think that's my only worry there. Having it done in time.
Yes, time. I don't think it will be a lot of time because you won't have trouble. There'll be 2 to 3 questions which little troublemakers.
Okay.
Especially when they're understanding somebody's point of view, somebody's argument, somebody's disagreement. Those questions slightly there. Once you get the 5 questions clear here, then the next 5 should not be a lot of time taking, because for doing this 5, you have thoroughly understood
Understood the
your
passage. Yeah.
passage.
Once we
Yeah.
understand the passage, author's viewpoint is easier to,
Correct. Then the next
Right,
person, third person's viewpoint is easier for me to answer them.
Okay.
This
Okay.
you can't do, 6 to 10 you can't do unless you do 1 to 5 complete.
Got
It's
it.
very
Got it.
important that you do the 1 to 5 completely, thoroughly reading the passage, understanding the things. Then you can do the 6 to 10 with less time.
Okay.
So
Okay.
even if this takes 5 minutes, you give that 5 minutes to this 1 to 5, or even 6 minutes if it takes.
Okay.
But then when you do the remaining ones, that will be less. In case you are slightly having a doubt, you go back and check, where to check also. That direction is there.
Okay. Okay. And are there chances that this part will be repeated, like part 3?
No, part 4 won't.
Part 4 won't be repeated. Okay.
Either
Part
1, 2, or
3 will be repeated. Okay.
So what I want you is to do part 3 and part 4, one passage each. In part 3 we did 2 passages in the class.
Yeah.
1 second. So part 3 and part 4, you do one passage each, because those 2 are slightly little complex. 1 and 2, I think you will able to manage. But if you want, you can do the 1 also if you get time today. 1, especially test 3, test 4, which you haven't done. Those 2.
Okay.
2 will be manageable. 2 is slightly comfortable, I feel, compared to all the other passages.
Yeah.
But 3 and 4 is part 3 and 4 is where people can make a slipovers. So you should be avoiding that. That's what I wanted to do, 1 test from part 3 and part 4. Let me know how it went with you and how you answered it. If you couldn't get, have you got the keys as such? Have you checked it?
No, ma'am. I didn't even open the drive yesterday. I didn't even find time to
check it. If you can see the keys are, you can check it back. But if you don't, we can discuss it in the class in tomorrow's session, because we have completed in the reading part. Then we can discuss those things in tomorrow's class, and we can also try 1 test in the class itself.
Sure, ma'am. Sure, ma'am. So what after tomorrow? Like say tomorrow class for me, it's all the parts are over, right?
Yes.
So if I want to like redo, say for example, there was this listening where you had to listening or speaking, you had to do that, looking at the picture and speaking, right? If I want to revisit that,
you missed out that class.
No, I know I was there.
You want to do it again?
Yeah,
yes, then you can again join the session.
Okay.
It will be a same kind of classroom activity will be done, because generally we don't change the classroom activity stuff.
Got it.
So you can do that. You can participate in the classroom work in that during that speaking module when taken up in the week. But the following week will be a writing module actually.
Okay, writing. Okay.
Yes, again, so writing will start. So whenever speaking is start, you can tell Pranay to just intimate you, and accordingly you can join that session.
Okay, okay, ma'am. Okay.
Yeah, however, you also practice on your own. So if you have any doubts, you can get cleared during that weekly schedule when we have speaking.
Sure, ma'am. Okay.
So in case you can clear your doubts during that time as well.
Yeah. Okay. I'm actually planning to start, once this class is over, mornings will be free for me.
Then you can practice.
So I'll start practicing my, myself.
Yeah, I just got a message from Arvind actually that listening was slightly tough for him.
Oh.
And he actually couldn't answer a few questions. Just by guessing, he answered it.
Okay.
So I don't know.
He didn't get the scores yet?
No, score he will get today. So I'm also crossing my fingers.
Okay.
He's saying I'm confident about all the papers, but except listening, I missed out part.
Oh.
So hopefully he gets a score.
9. Yeah, he needs 9.
Yeah, 9 at least. Yeah, that's what.
Listening.
He actually needs less because he's always staying in Canada.
Okay, because of the work experience he will have, I think it's easier to get little lesser score.
Lesser also, yeah. But he wants to get 9 actually. His target is to get a 9 bands, but I don't know what happens because he missed out, he said, because I didn't take the notes, I couldn't manage it. Maybe the tape was slightly fast or what happened.
Even, for me, the biggest problem in listening is that although I take notes, it's hard for me to understand what was in the notes. What is in the notes, Most times I try to remember what was said and then, pick.
See, the problem is that note taking should not be at the cost of not understanding. You understand and you take down the information.
Yeah.
The point is here, I have to understand actually. I mean, if I don't understand what the speaker is saying, this note taking will not be able to sum up
make any sense.
Yes, actually. Sum up my understanding of the tape.
Yeah.
So I need to understand, take down few information. I know where to take it. That idea that the table construction must be in your mind. You know what to do and where to do it.
Right.
So that's why when they give you the question, the instructions, when they're trying to give you the topic instruction, you devise the table accordingly.
Okay.
And as soon as the tape starts, just take the key details. If you feel the table construction is also making difficult for you, take it down in a sequential form.
Okay.
I feel table construction is easier, then you can know who is saying, then what she said, then what she said. This was the way I can manage. So
Okay.
to me, table construction is easy because I can simply construct a 2 columns, and I know the man said this, the woman said this, and then what the woman said, then what the man said. I do it in this way, and just take the key details. I don't take sentences at all.
Okay.
Because if you take sentences, it takes you.
I think I should do a little more practice to really see which method suits me best.
Yeah, which method suits your. I mean, that's your strength. You have to find it out. That's right.
I mean, I think taking like important dates or time or number of people or whatever that is. I think that will be. I think that's what I think. I need to take more
Helpful,
because
huh?
I'll forget them.
Yes.
But otherwise, I have to see. Like I have to really try it out to see.
See, in part 1, in case you don't take notes, sometimes you may survive. Sometimes you might not be that difficult. The short extract.
Yeah,
The
I think
short
part
part.
3 requires notes. Part 3 and part 4.
Part 4, yes, because part 4 also is a monologue. So
Yeah.
they describe a particular incident, a particular
Yeah.
event.
Yeah.
You might understand because
Yeah.
they not describe something very uncommon thing.
Yeah.
But something which is happening in society or in the neighborhood or some incident that they've experienced. So, but the small details, how describing it,
Right,
what
right,
are the words he's using,
Right.
then what happened, the incident's the story kind. So those things you will have to just take down a little bit to
Right.
understand the overall picturization of the story.
Okay. I mean, the problem is again not with part 4 also, because part 4 is again monologue. It's a sequential. You keep writing it sequentially.
Yes,
You have no
sequential,
back
right,
and forth.
right. No back and forth.
When you have back and forth is where I have problem.
That's the part 5. Yeah.
Yeah.
Part 5 is more troublesome because you have 3 people always having a conversation, and you cannot take up the eyes from the screen, and you know who is saying what.
Yeah.
Okay. Everything you can't take. At least a brief. Okay, this woman is trying to say about this tree. This woman is trying to say about her car. This one trying to say about the difficulties. So those point. Just point format.
Yeah. Okay.
Not in sentence. And if you have to take in word, take it in short code language. You
Okay.
need to make your pen work in that way. You need to make that practice so well that you can take in short forms,
Okay.
which you can understand. Then only you can have a lot of information to capture while listening and while understanding the tape.
Okay.
So,
Okay, ma'am.
Yes, that requires a practice. Yes.
Okay. I'll start. Yeah, I think I'll do this first. The reading
Yes.
test 3
You
and
do-
test
Yeah,
3. And,
test 3, test 4. I'm sorry, part 3, part 4. You do at least 2 tests.
okay.
Okay, whichever one you can choose, not the ones that you did in the class. Apart from that, the other ones you can do.
Yeah.
But part 4 is definitely, I want one test to be done tomorrow so that I can understand whether you followed the things or not. You can do test 2, you can do test 3 or test 4 of part 4.
Okay. Anything that was not done in the class, so I will do that
Exactly. Yeah, that would be good. I mean, you can do it yourself and see whether
to
you're
understand how much I know.
answer the yes.
Yeah. Okay, I'll do that.
And
ma'am.
part 3 also one you do.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, test 3 or test 4 of part 4, any one of which, try and do it. We'll discuss in tomorrow's session.
Okay, ma'am. Sure. I'll do.
Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good day. Bye bye.